not giving us enough information about like how poor things are going to go. Because like I was even watching a press conference and Biden said that next year we're going to be short on food. And then he just moved on. Oh. I'm like, that's not enough information. Like, you can't just casually drop that. Like, how short are we talking here? Like, should I be getting chickens for the apartment? Should I be gathering young women and stuffing them in a shed? Like, how apocalyptic is this gonna get? Like, I don't want to be not prepared. And I get sick of the half information because I was even watching, they did this congressional hearing to address whether or not aliens exist. I watched it. It was 3 hours, them pointing to stuff and going, yeah, we'll talk about that not in front of the cameras. That's what was going on. And I got really pissed off because I was like, if aliens exist, they might be at fault for like everything that goes wrong in our government. And then I can stop researching the Jews at the Fed. So it's like, give it to me straight. And speaking of which, Kanye is stealing my act. I feel like I've been out here, I've been talking about this, and let's get into it, because this one's crazy. So he makes his comment, and they're like, how dare you criticize the Jews? And then what, like 3 days later, you got Jewy-faced Blankenstein, who comes out with the biggest financial scandal since Madoff. And who was trusting this Adam Sandler character with their money? Like, seriously, who was giving money to this guy? Like, firstly, he's driving a Toyota Camry. He's dating the chick from The Ring. I'm like, that's doing money wrong. Get a hot girlfriend, you know? Like, that's why you get the money. What are you doing? All right, and then they're talking about how charitable this guy is. And if he was running a charity, it was the Fund to Reopen Epstein's Island. So, and we'll get into that conspiracy in a minute. First, let's talk about these bad Jews. Because it's true, there are bad Jews. But here's what my bold brethren get wrong. Is I feel that they will blame us for anything. They go so far as to say that Jews are responsible for porn. And it's like, you really think that non-Jews are so dumb they wouldn't have figured out porn without us? You know what I mean? Like, I hate to break it to you, porn goes all the way back to the cavemen. That's the first thing they were drawing. They figured out markers, and then even back then there was some lady outside the cave like, seriously? No one wants to club me? I'm sitting right here. You guys can club me. So let's be honest. We got good Jews and we got bad Jews. The problem is, how can you tell? And in the Jewiest move of all time, you're going to have to buy my book. Where I break down the hidden secrets of realizing the bad Jews. All right, and now you got the black Israelites. This is big in New York City, and like they'll be out there, they're yelling at street corners, and firstly, like, and they're always yelling that they're the real Jews. Like, real Jews sue and get thrown off Twitter. Like, this is not what we do. We don't yell on street corners. That's not. And then their whole thing is they got like these Bible proofs. I spent years in Bible school. Let me tell you, it's a pretty Jewish book. You guys ever read the Bible? It's mostly about wandering the desert, complaining what to eat. That's what it is. That's a real story. You had magical bread coming down from heaven, and the Jews are still going, you think maybe we can get a little chicken in? Maybe we can get a little bit of rice, you know? And then God, he actually sent chickens down from the heaven. That's what a Jewish Bible looks like. If this was a black Bible, you'd have at least one story about sneakers and bitches. And so I hear these guys, and they're claiming, they're yelling, they're like, we're the real Jews. And I don't get it. Did anyone tell them they can't be Jewish? I feel like this is yelling that you can't shop at Walmart. It's like, just go shop at Walmart, you know? I mean, in some states, they'll let you just take stuff. Like, don't worry about it. And then they're yelling, hey, we're the real Jews. Like, what do they think they're missing out on? I spent years in synagogue. They don't give out checks. Like, I don't know what you think you're missing out on, right? If anything, it's just a social club for other people that like eating and also have stomach problems. That's all it is. All right. Now here's the other thing. So I looked into their Bible proofs. Their big Bible proof is that you read the curses in Deuteronomy, and it's very clearly describing the black experience. That's their big argument, and I'm like, that's the most racist thing I've ever heard. Because if you guys think you're cursed, shouldn't we stick away from you? Like, that's your argument, that you guys are cursed? And I'd love to ask them that, but I'm not going to walk up to a street corner to talk to people that look like vampire hunters, so... that one's going to remain a mystery.